Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Diamond Painting with Anxiety and I'm Karen. If you're new to my channel, a very special welcome to you, and if you're a regular, welcome back. I'm glad you all decided to stop by. This is a morning coffee with Karen, so first things first, let's talk about the coffee cup I'm going to be using. Ta-da! Look at that. It says, "You make me sparkle." It says, "You make me sparkle" on both sides. How cute. So I found this coffee cup at Daiso. As I've said before, that's rapidly becoming one of my favorite stores. I picked this up for $1.50 and I just had to have it for my morning coffees. So the only thing about this coffee cup is it's like half size, but maybe that's not so bad because maybe my coffee will still be warm when I get to the bottom. So let's pour ourselves a hot cup of coffee or a refreshing drink and get this video going. Cheers, everyone. Okay, so if you've watched my morning coffees before, in particular my last one, you may recognize this wonderful little traveler's notebook that was created for me by the wonderful Shanda Panda, the famous Shanda Panda, a wonderful friend that I've made through the diamond painting community. So you may have seen this before. This thing is absolutely amazing. It has different sections, has a bookmark, it has lots of, I just can't, Shanda made this. I just can't believe how creative she is. I mean, this is just absolutely gorgeous. Look at these little bookmarks. It's got little sections where you can, let's see if I can find one, little sections where you can glue things in or use it as a, little mini scrapbook, just all kinds of fun stuff. Oh, this is what I was looking for. I've got it clipped together. Little pockets where you can put things in. Yeah, see, little things could go right inside there. So this was a wonderful gift. I feel so blessed to have received this from my very dear friend. But so you may have seen this book before, and if you watched my last morning coffee with Karen, you may remember that I had said that when I did these morning coffees, I was going to give you guys a challenge, and not only got to clear my throat. Hang on. Sorry about that. Let me grab another sip of coffee. That may help. So I'm going to challenge not only you guys, but I'm going to challenge myself. One of the things that I've been lucky enough to do is to become a certified life and recovery coach. What the recovery coach is, means, some people are familiar with a life coach, but what a recovery coach is I help people that are in recovery from addictions. It's a little bit different than counseling, but we just kind of help people set some goals and make some progress in their lives. So that's one of the things I've been lucky enough to do. So, but the really important thing is that I use those skills and things I've learned to coach myself. So I'm going to share those challenges with you as I challenge myself, and hopefully we can make some growth and progress together. I thought that might be really fun. So I'm going to use this book as part of that plan and as part of the challenges. So what I did, and I want to show you, is I've set this up to start using this for my challenges, both to myself and to you. So let's talk about the very first thing I want to challenge us to do. First of all, you might want to pick up something like this. It doesn't have to be something fancy like this. I mean, this is really beautiful and really fun, but just a plain little notebook would do. A piece of paper. You can write some of the stuff we're going to do on pieces of paper and stick them in a drawer. It doesn't matter, but you might want to pick up, if you're going to follow along with the challenges, you might want to pick up a little notebook that you can use. Because what I've decided to do is right here on this very first page, I'm going to make this some kind of I don't know, cover page. So this first page here will be some sort of cover page. Probably when you guys are seeing this, are you guys seeing this backwards? I have no clue. Anyway, this will be some sort of cover page. I'll probably show you that next week. And on the next page, I've set up the first challenge. This is something that I've used over and over in my life for years. And that's to develop a list called, and see here on my first page, I put week number 1, June 24th, 2019. 25 things, yes, I said 25 things, I will do, have, or be. So this is sort of the 25 things I will do, have, or be list is sort of like a bucket list. I set a list like this at least once a year, sometimes twice a year. This will be the second time I've done this year. I did it once in December. I usually do one of these lists on my birthday. And then now I'll be doing one now. And what I will do when I create this list this week is I will pull out that one I did in December, kind of as a checkup, see how I'm doing with all of that. And, that will be really fun. I have lists that are going back for, I don't know, I've probably been doing this for 14 to 15 years. I think I started doing these lists 15 years ago. So I've got lists going all the way back to then. But how we create a 25 things I will do, have, or be list is pretty simple. So let's take the first one, 25 things I will do, have, or be. So we're just going to start making a list. And on this list, we might put things like, I will go on a cruise. Okay, go on a cruise is basically a do. Okay? We might have something on our list that says, I will become a registered counselor in the state of California. That would be a B, because I want to be a registered counselor in the state of California. Things I will have. I will have $10,000 in savings. So that would be a have. So we just go through and we just make a list of 25 things that we would like to do, have, or be. Now, once we've set that list, next week we will be able to do something. Oh, I'm shaking. Ooh. Earthquake. Next week we will use this list to kind of sort of learn something about ourselves. So that's my challenge for you. It's probably a two-part challenge. First part is to decide what you want to write your list on. Like I said, you can write it on a piece of paper, shove it in a drawer. It doesn't really matter. You probably want to put it somewhere where you're going to be able to find it again. Pick up a notebook if that's what you want to do. You can make something really fun to use like this. You can just use a simple lined notebook, small, large, doesn't matter, whatever you'd like. So decide what you're going to write your list on and make a list of 25 things you'd like to do, have, or be. So I challenge you to do that. Let me know in the comments if you'll be playing along, and we'll update this next week. Okay, so that's that part of this video. So, the other thing we're going to do, of course, is we're going to do some diamond painting. That's what we do when we have morning coffee with Karen. So, let me show you what we're working on. We are working on Santa Claus today. So I have made wonderful progress on this. This is my Huacan Santa Claus piece. When I started it, I was really afraid that the drills were going to pop. Ooh, I see one that's upside down. It's funny how you'll work and work and work and work, and you put it away for a little while, and you'll see something you didn't notice before. And this drill is upside down. Let me fix this real quick. There we go. But at any rate, when I started this, I had just finished my Huacan flamingo piece which was a popping drill nightmare. So I was a little bit afraid that this one would too. But that hasn't been the experience. Hang on a minute. I'm just noticing it's really, really dark in here. Let me see if I can adjust a light. I'll be right back. That's maybe a little bit better. Okay. So anyway, when I started this, I was afraid it was going to pop. So I decided to do an experiment. I had heard about it on one of the Facebook groups. Someone said that they were going to do the piece from the middle out. So that's what I did. I started right here with Santa's mouth and just kind of started working from the middle out. I went, you know, over this way and over that way. Because this had 4 strips, it kind of made it pretty easy to see what the sections were I was going to do. I went out this way, and then I went up this way and down that way, and pretty much I have the middle section done. And what I can tell you is I'm just really not having an issue with popping drills. I have rolled as I've done each section of this. I don't know if it's working from the middle out, because I do think in general these drills have been much better than the ones were for the flamingo. I've had very little trash. They're fitting together nicely. There's not a lot of gapping. The glue is really good. So this has really been fun to work on. When I first started him, I wasn't so sure about the coloring because it's, you know, kind of hard to see on camera, but this is a very, very pink color up in here and in his beard. And I thought, why are they putting pink on Santa's hat and beard? And then this is pretty red right here. And I thought, oh my God, it looks like Santa is hemorrhaging from his nose. I talked to my friend Shanda Panda, the famous Shanda Panda, and I thought about maybe switching out the colors, or Shanda made a wonderful suggestion to do like every other one a lighter color. But then at the end of the day, I just decided to trust the process and just go with it. And it's amazing how when you get the other colors in there, and I'm looking at this close up, it looks really, I don't know, a little bit odd. But once you get the other colors around it, it just, I don't know, somehow it just all makes sense. And this has been so much fun. He is so cute. I'm falling in love, you guys, with Santa. And I really didn't think I was going to like it to begin with. But it's been a tremendous amount of fun. You know, as I get these outer edges done, I suppose it could start popping, but I don't really think so. If it's not popping in here, I don't think it's going to pop. And look how glittery that is. I mean, I'm really liking this piece. So it's been a tremendous amount of fun to work on. It's worked up really quick. Now what I have, like I said, I have the center part done, and what I have is once I get, well, the center part's almost done, I guess. Once I get this part here completed, you know, just from here to here, I will just have this strip out here on the edge. So, and that goes all the way around. This is mainly 310 out here, and well, let's see, what's that? It's mainly 310 and 3371. So I'm going to be able to use my multi-placer, and it's going to work up really quick. So, yeah, this has just been amazing. Oh goodness, I see another drill that's upside down. What in the world? I think that happens when I'm working at night and don't really have good enough light. There we go. Okay, that's better. So, yeah. So that's the deal. That's where we're at. So, with all of that being said, let's not waste any more time, and let's start dropping some drills, hopefully on our canvas and not on the floor. Okay, let's see. Got to choose a color here. Let's do 21. Okay, in order to do 21, I'm going to have to find my spare drills and pour some more out. In my last Paint With Me video that I did last week on this particular piece, one of the things that I had said was I had run out of a color. And I also said that I really didn't remember spilling very many drills that were for this project, but I couldn't really remember, and I had run out of color 21. And then I remembered, duh, I have a whole box full of the spares that wouldn't fit in my little containers. So I have not run out of any colors. I had a brain cramp. I have some timers. So I do want to do a bit of a disclaimer on this video. I'm filming this on a Sunday. This video will probably go up on Monday, which is why I put the 24th on my do have and be list. But and really it'll probably be tomorrow morning when I start creating that list. But it is Sunday morning here. There's a few residents home. Some of them have left for church or family stuff, but there's quite a few residents out there in this main part of our house. So if you hear stuff in the background, it's just part of what comes with living with 11 families and up to 30 children at a time. So sometimes this transitional homeless shelter that I live and work at can be a quite noisy, joyful place. So that's all right. So if you hear things in the background, I apologize. It's just part of what I do sometimes. So I did want to say that, just in case. I've heard little people laughing and running up and down the halls, and earlier someone crashed into my door. It was the 2-year-old, I think, threw their little body against it, and I heard Mom saying, "You don't belong down there, come back in the kitchen." So stuff like that happens. So how has everyone's week been going? My week has been really good. It's been it was pretty busy. I had a staff meeting here at the house and usual work. I had a friend in town. She actually is someone that I have known since she's been about 3 years old. I used to babysit for her when she was very little. She kind of grew up with my kids. They consider her to be a cousin. Even though there's no relation, she was just a friend's daughter, one of 4. My friend had 4 daughters, and I did before and after childcare. So, have known her forever. She calls me Auntie Karen. And she came down and spent, I think, about 4 or 5 days at my daughter's house. And then on Friday, I went and picked her up. My daughter had taken her to visit Laguna Beach and, do some touristy kinds of things. And she wanted to come over and do the Friday night crafting with Karen and help us work on the Path project. She really likes crafts. Even as she became an adult, every few months she would come and spend 3 or 4 days with Auntie Karen, and her and I would craft together on the whatever different craft thing I was into at the time. So I really wanted to introduce her to diamond painting because I just had this feeling that she would love it. So she wanted to come over on Friday and help work on the Path project. But my daughter had to take my granddaughter to rehearsal for the musical she's going to be in. So we decided that because I worked Friday, that my daughter would drop her off at a mall very close to where I worked, and Jamie would watch a movie, and then after work I would go pick her up. So I did that on Friday night, and we came back to the house and picked up some dinner on the way, and she did diamond paint with me, and she loved it. I knew she would. She absolutely loved it. So I went ahead and gave her a kit to take home with her. Told her about AliExpress and how she could pick up some kits that were, affordable, and so that was really fun. I told her that when she got her piece that she took home with her finished, that she needed to send me a photo so I could see her completed project. So that was really awesome. So that was my oh, and then at about 10 o'clock I drove her back to my daughter's house, which is about 25 minutes from here. So it took me almost an hour round trip. So I didn't get home until, I don't know, it was probably 10:45. So that's not really, any later than I normally stay up on a Friday. I did diamond paint work, and I worked on Santa for a little while. So it's not any later than I normally stay up on Fridays, but I think just all the driving and kind of rushing around, I was a little tired. So I think I went to bed about midnight. Then I got up yesterday and did my Saturday shift here at the shelter, and worked with the residents and did my Saturday morning thing. And then yesterday I did have the day to myself, and I diamond painted and organized and cleaned and got a lot done, so that felt really good. And today I had gone back and forth about whether or not I was going to go to my daughter's this weekend. I don't think I'm going to. I think when I get done with this morning coffee with Karen Whip and Chat, I think there's a couple other videos that I want to do today, so hopefully I'll be able to get those done. I've got some mail to open, some things that I've received, quite a little stack. It'll kind of be like a mail haul. Some things that I've received that I've purchased from some of the wonderful creators here on YouTube that I'd like to show, and some diamond painting accessories. So I think I'll just do that all in one video, so you can be looking forward to that. In fact, because I won't put this video up until tomorrow, you may or may not see that mail haul video first. I haven't quite decided which order I'm going to put them up. So I want to do that. Another thing I kind of want to get done today is I do need to do a framing project with two pieces that one of the residents have completed, so that I can get those framed and done and returned to her. I'm sure she'll be very excited to be able to take them. She went through our program. She was one of the ones that has gotten into diamond painting, more so than anyone else, actually. And so I'm really anxious to get those pieces framed, because she has now left our program and she's in her permanent housing. So I'm sure that she would just be thrilled to be able to hang those completed projects up in her new home. So that's pretty exciting. So you'll be seeing that video. I think I'll frame, there's two of them, but I think that we'll see how long it takes, but I think that basically my plan is to do both of those videos together. So that will be fun. And then other than that, I already have my laundry done, but just kind of clean up around here and get myself kind of organized and prepared for my work week next week. So that's kind of the plan. I need a lot of downtime. I don't know how other people feel, but you know, I am not married, obviously. Um, and I'm kind of that person that I like a lot of time just kind of to myself, me time, to do the things I need to do. I do kind of, if I don't go see my grandkids every week, I do kind of end up missing them, especially by the second weekend. But, you know, the last few months, as some of you may know, it's just been a lot of family stuff. There was Mother's Day, there was Easter, there was my son's wedding, there was my granddaughter's recital for her dance company. Just lots and lots of stuff going on. So that being an introvert, that stuff has a tendency to drain me. And it will take me a really long time to recover from, you know, my energy being all drained like that. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to take some time for myself and just, you know, chill and relax. So in my last Whip and Chat video, I did talk about, you know, some of the, I don't know, organizing projects I'm trying to do with my craft. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update with those. So one of the things that I'm working, short attention span, and it's real difficult for me to get through some projects that I just feel like are going to take forever and maybe won't be that much fun. And I can get, you know, it's not that I can't focus. Like with my diamond painting and stuff, I can focus for a really, really, really long time. But if it's something that I have any sort of idea is going to be unpleasant or going to be real fiddly, as we know, I don't like fiddly things. I will just kind of avoid those things and procrastinate. So one of those things is, you know, completing my permanent storage. So I've got my permanent storage. The way I'm doing that is using a basket and a set of envelopes and index cards and filing my drills that way for long-term storage. But that, you know, I mean, how many colors are there? It feels like a bazillion when I start trying to make up those cards, put those drills away. I did order the complete set of drills from the Hankin store a few months back. I actually ordered 2. So I have, you know, a lot of drills to deal with. So, but once I have those index cards set up, you know, it will just be so much easier. So I'm really kind of trying to work on that, but I do a little bit at a time and then I quit. So I'm thinking about doing a video maybe this week where I treat it as a whip and chat and just get some of that stuff completed with you guys. And then let's see, what are the other projects I want to work on? I do really need to get that video made where I open these things that I've purchased either from creators or from AliExpress or what have you for diamond painting accessories, because right now they're in a box sort of at the end of my bed, and it's taken up too much room in my room. So that's just something I really need to get done. So that's on my agenda of things to do today. So yeah, it's kind of, you know, on my weekends, like I was saying, having some me time kind of translates to not only being able to spend some time alone, but also to get some of those things done that, you know, I just don't have time to get to during the week. So that's kind of the plan right now. I'm fiddling with pens here. I think I want to show you guys something. This is something that I kind of meant to show during my Huacan finishing final thoughts and framing video, and I just didn't do it. But one of the things I wanted to show you was the trash that I had left over from that Huacan popping nightmare, which was basically every drill that they sent me, because there was just no way that I wanted to, you know, use those on any other projects. But then, you know, I feel so bad when I get rid of these. So I did throw them in a bag. I'm trying to decide whether or not they're recyclable, what to do with these. So I did do something with a few of them. And this is, you know, not an idea that only I have had. It actually was in, when I was working on, I think about my third painting, where when I first started this craft, I had watched a lot of stuff on YouTube and stuff like that, but there was so much I didn't know. And I was working on probably my second or third painting when I had received a multi-placer and it fell out of the end of the tip. And it was one of the clear pens, and I thought, I wonder if I could put drills down inside that. So I did. And then later I saw that kind of going around, you know, in the Facebook groups and stuff. Someone else had, you know, kind of thought that up and was doing it too. So I had done that with a pen, and I had just stuck really some, I mean, they weren't even pretty colors. They were just, I had just kind of experimented, and, you know, it was sort of like this, where I just took every drill that was left over and threw it inside that pen. But what I decided to do with the Huacan piece was I decided to kind of combine my colors into something that was pleasing to me and create some diamond painting pens in colors that I was going to enjoy. So I've got one that I made that's got the light pinks, dark pinks, you know, really bright pinks. So I made a pink one. I made a purple one. I made a tan and cream and got kind of rust colored one. And then I made a green one, which is my favorite color. Now these are kind of pale pastel-y greens, but you know, green and Santa Claus, all that kind of stuff, red, green, gold, those Christmas colors. So I've been using this pen to work on Santa, so that's kind of fun. I kind of enjoy doing that. Like I said, you know, I thought of that idea just kind of by accident, and I'm sure lots and lots other people have. So, although when I very first did it, I thought it was an original idea. You know, basically, you guys, when it comes down to it, there's nothing new under the sun. So, but I thought that it might be fun to show those, because I haven't, you know, with all the wonderful diamond painting pens that we can purchase online, and I have my favorite store that I buy from, and that's Diamond Painting with Donnie. I've purchased a few pens from her. But so with all the fun stuff that we can get, it's been a while since I've seen anybody talk about, you know, throwing drills into their pens, their clear ones. So I just thought that I would show that to you guys real quick. Like I said, I meant to do that during my final thoughts and framing on the Huacan piece, but I forgot. I have some timers, so now's as good a time as any. So it looks like we have reached about 34 minutes. I can't see if that's 34 or 35 on this clip. So I'm going to stop this and start a new clip, or maybe that's 20. I think it's about 35. I think my camera is going to cut off soon, so I'm going to stop this and we'll start a new clip in just a moment. Hang on. Okay, I made it back. So while I was gone, I took a couple of minutes and looked at the video that I had created, and I noticed a couple of things. I have an app that I use to record my videos that actually has a feature where when you reach the end of your record time, which on my phone seems to be about 26 minutes, it automatically starts another one. So that's a nice feature, but it seems like it cut out a few words maybe. So I thought, well, do I redo this? What do I do? And I just decided that I'm going to leave it. You guys missed maybe a couple of words, but you know, it's okay. You probably have already wondered what in the world, but it's okay. You guys know that I'm very new to this. I'm learning rapidly, so now I know. The other thing I decided was that footage was really dark, so I turned on my light pad. Hopefully you guys will be able to see a little bit better now. So anyway, so here we go. I'll probably do another 25-minute clip or so, and then I'll wrap this one up if I can find enough to talk about for another 25 minutes. This may be my very first 1-hour whip and chat. I know that Mrs. Coffee had challenged everyone to do that right around the time that I first started my channel, but I definitely was not at a place at that point where I felt like I even was ready to do that. So that's kind of where we stand with all of that. So let's see, what was I talking about? I think I was talking about, I don't remember. Let's start kind of a new subject, I guess. So, earlier in this video, I did talk about, family events and stuff. I'm kind of beginning to get excited for 4th of July. What plans do you guys have for 4th of July? We kind of have a standard sort of traditional thing that we do. My son-in-law's family has done this for years. There's a small town parade that we go to. We go to my son-in-law's parents' house. They have a pool, beautiful backyard, all of that. We barbecue, we swim. Then normally they take the littles, the kids, to watch fireworks somewhere. Normally by the time that happens, I do go ahead and come home. I don't like to be out extremely late on 4th of July. Sometimes, some years, I think maybe the last 2 years, I volunteered to do the 7 p.m. shift here at the shelter, and I've just made sure that I was home by 7, so that the other RMs that normally would work that shift can, enjoy the holiday. I'm a little sad that 4th of July is on Thursday, and there will be 1 day left in the work week. I do have a floating holiday at my job at the treatment center. I considered taking that, but I think I'm going to save it. It'll only be 1 day to get through. And if I come home at 7 and work that shift, I shouldn't be too tired. But the reason that I moved down here was to, be able to experience all of those things with my kids and my grandkids. So I always really look forward to those things, even if it does have a tendency to drain me a little bit. sometime this week, I probably will make a stop at the dollar store and try and find some fun decorations for here at the shelter, because I am the on-site resident and case manager here at the shelter. It's always my honor and privilege to be able to decorate the house for the holidays. So that's really fun. Maybe I'll take some pictures and post that on my Facebook group, which I really haven't done very much with, and I want to get a little more active with that. But if you don't know about the Facebook group, I have a Facebook group that's a very small, but that's okay. It's called the Diamond Painting Path, and you'll find that on Facebook. And what the main purpose of that Facebook group is to kind of update people on the progress for the Path project, which is I always get this wrong, a 75 by 180 diamond painting that the residents and I are completing together. Once it's done, we'll hang it here at the shelter. So we update you on things like that. We also, show you photos of the diamond paintings that the residents here at the shelter have completed. Just fun stuff like that. So feel free to come and join us on that Facebook group if you'd like. And maybe I will put some photos up of whatever decorations I find here at the shelter. That's always really fun. That's something I look forward to. So I probably will get that completed this week so that we're all ready for 4th of July. The kids always really appreciate the decorations, I believe. It's just something really small that I can do that, is of benefit to them and helps them get excited for the holidays and, helps their little lives to, feel as normal as possible. Working with the kids and being around the kids is one of my favorite parts of this job. I joke all the time and say all the time, and I really truly do live with up to 30 children at a time. And I think it's something that maybe some people wouldn't be able to do. Even one of the residents the other day asked me, she said, how do you do it? How do you handle all the noise and stuff? And it's like, it just really doesn't bother me. First of all, kids are going to be kids. I've always loved kids. They're going to cry. They're going to be noisy. Things like that are going to happen sometimes. What does get on my nerves, I think partially because there's a couple of reasons for it. First of all, I'm very protective of the children that live here because for so many of them, they come to us so traumatized, and they have just been through a lot in their little lives. And so I'm real protective, but also it's really important to me that the residents don't engage in behaviors that are going to cause conflict in the whole community living aspect of them being here. So it gets on my nerves a little bit if the parents are, yelling and screaming at their kids. First of all, we don't allow that, and I will go out to the main part of the house and tell a parent, I pull them to the side because I don't want to undermine their authority or, embarrass them in front of their children or other residents, but I will pull a parent aside and say, you need to remember that it's in our rules that we don't scream at children here. We don't allow any foul language in regard to, the kids. And shut up is a part of that foul language. And I tell the parents all the time, it's definitely possible to discipline your children without screaming. Because that's not good for the kids. It's not good for the other residents. It's a really noisy place. The parents don't need to be adding to that noise and that chaos. And there might be some children that, their parents have never talked to them that way. So we never know, what the areas of trauma in the kids or the even the adults' lives are. We don't know what might trigger them to feel PTSD or things like that. So that's kind of where I'm at with all that. It's important to me that, as much as possible, while we know the kids are going to be kids and there's going to be noise around here, that we do have, as calm and peaceful as of a living environment as possible. And, the parents can help with that by, as I said, disciplining their children without screaming at them. So that's one of the things that's I'm real passionate about and is real important to me as the person that lives here and, sees more of what goes on here than anybody else. So that's kind of my take on all of that. But I just really feel blessed, and, to watch the kids change and grow and flourish while they're here with us and come in usually pretty shy and, after they've been here for a while, I come home from work and I hear these little voices saying, Miss Karen, Miss Karen, and they run across the house and hug me, and, they draw me little pictures and create Mother's Day cards for me and stuff. So I'm very, very blessed. Drives my oldest granddaughter, Ella, a little crazy, though. She's 5, and there's an event that we bring my grandkids to every year, and that's the Halloween party that the church has for the community next door. And I always bring my grandkids, and I'll walk into the room and at the Halloween Carnival, Harvest Festival, I guess is what they call it. But I'll walk in, and just like over here, there will be all these little voices, Miss Karen, Miss Karen, and they run over and hug me, and my granddaughter Ella will just all of a sudden become attached to my hip. And last year she said, she looked up at me with trembling little lip, and she says, Grandma, I don't like it when those kids call you Miss Karen and love on you. You're my grandma. So we had to explain to her that her sister and brothers will always be, are always going to be my grandchildren, and I will always love them most, but that these kids that live here maybe don't have grandmas, or, that they need love too. So we're trying to work with her on that just a little bit. So, but it's hard when you have a good relationship with your grandma, and all of a sudden all these other kids are loving on her and calling her Miss Karen. So that's kind of fun. But that's that event's, again, another holiday event that the kids really enjoy. I love decorating here for Halloween. Some years we've had Halloween parties for them, or last year, Helpful Honda. Helpful Honda is I don't know if it's an organization only in California, but the Honda dealers here in the area, here in California, do random acts of kindness in the community, and they have done events here at our house, turned us into basically commercials. and have just really done a lot to support our shelter. So doing the commercial was really fun. We all really enjoyed that. But they did a Halloween party for us last year, so that was really fun too. But I get to decorate, as I said, for 4th of July and Halloween and Christmas and Easter, and it's really fun. It's really fun. Things get really hectic around here at Christmas, so hopefully I'll have lots of fun stuff to share with you guys when it gets a little closer to that holiday. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to 4th of July. I'm looking forward to just an extra day off, too. Although, like I said, I really wish, and I know that this is just the way these holiday things work, but I really wish that it was like on Friday. I guess next year. I don't know, does it work that way? Next year, will we have 4th of July on Friday? I think it depends on leap years and things like that, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm anxious to have these holidays happen on weekends so that I get a long weekend. I do have some time off coming, so I could turn it into a long weekend if I wanted, but I think I'm going to save my vacation for some fun stuff that I want to do. I've used a lot of vacation this year. I took my oldest daughter, my daughter Sarah. I took Sarah and my oldest son, I guess that's what I was trying to say, my oldest son and his children and wife to Disney World, in Florida in February this year. We went to celebrate my daughter-in-law's graduation from college and went to Disney World. So I used vacation for that, vacation for my son's wedding. So normally I use my vacation to do things with my kids, either go visit them or whatever. Next year I do definitely want to take a trip to Alabama to spend some time with my son and grandchildren there, because I just don't see enough of them. Now that I live in California and I have this new job where I just don't get quite as much vacation as I used to at my old job. I had a lot saved up, that was the thing, so I just had oodles of vacation to use. So next year I definitely want to do that, but I also want to do something that feels like a real vacation. Something that's just for me. I want to go on a cruise, or I don't know, something fun, something truly relaxing and truly just about me. So we'll see what I can come up with. So I am going to keep an eye on my time. It looks like I have a few more minutes here. I've really made a lot of progress on this while we were chatting away here. Yeah, this one's going to be done pretty much in no time, I feel like. I do normally, when I get to about halfway with a piece, I start feeling I don't know, just impatient and frustrated and over it. I haven't really experienced that with this one so far. I think partially because working from the middle out has been something that's kind of kept my mind engaged. Just this piece has been fun. The colors, I don't know. But I'm kind of looking forward to doing this border. Like I said, it is a lot of 310s and 3371s and, those dark colors. But I like to do the 310s and the dark colors. I don't know why, but I do. If they're popping or there's a lot of trash, that can be a little bit annoying. But if they're good drills, and these ones, like I said, these really seem to be fairly decent drills. So if they're good drills, I just really like putting the dark backgrounds in. I don't know why. I think it's because I can use the multiplacer, and I just can really, really, truly you know, zone out when I'm putting in a lot of dark colors. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I think it'll, like I said, I think it'll work up really, really quick. And then I'm excited. I am going to continue doing what I did when I chose this one, which is the Lucky Dip random draw to decide what my next painting will be. I'm going to throw all the paintings into a box and reach into it, and whatever comes out will be the next one I do. That was really fun. So I'm going to do that again this time. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to finishing this one, but I'm not feeling like, oh my God, it'll never be done. At least not yet. Maybe I'll get there when I'm working on all these dark background colors, but maybe not. I choose to believe it's going to work out pretty fast. So yeah, so it's fun. I think probably this section I will most likely have done by the end of the day. And I will be working on that final border piece to get Santa finished, and then we can frame him, and yeah, it's going to be wonderful. So at this point it looks like I have maybe about 6 minutes or so left. So oops, I dropped a drill. Imagine that. I always do. That's got to just be something that I do in every video. I don't know. So, kind of before I end this video, I want to remind you guys again about our challenge. So let me put that last one in. I'm going to put my drills and my pin down, and I'm going to pull back out my morning coffee with Karen. And I'm going to remind you that the challenge I'm going to be working on this week, and I hope you'll be working on with me, isn't this just gorgeous? I mean, every time I look at this, I'm just blown away. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Shanda. I love this so much. But my first challenge to myself and to you is to create a 25 things I will do, have, or be. This is week 1. I'm starting on June 24th, 2019. And I'm going to create a list of 25 things I will do, have, or be. You're going to see things on my list like I will become a a registered counselor in the state of California. I will go on a cruise. That's something I'm going to do. Something I'm going to have. Those are always a little bit harder for me. Like I said, next week we'll talk about that a little bit. But I'm going to have, I know, I'm going to have a, oh gosh, my mind's going blank. What are they called? A drafting table desk to work on my diamond paintings. Yeah, that's something I'm going to do. So, or I'm going to have. So work on your 25 things you want that you will do, have, or be list if you want to join in with me on this challenge. You know, post in the comments below if you're planning on joining me. And other than that, have a great week. I want to thank you for watching Morning Coffee with Karen. If you feel so inclined, hit like and subscribe on your way out the door. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks for stopping by.